Since the resurrection is a person, we can experience the resurrection personally. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. This is it. 5-part series, 5th part. We're rejoicing in the resurrection. Raised up into a new life that it's not even ours for the asking. He's already offered it. It's ours for the taking. Before we look at the joy of being raised up, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, pass this story on to somebody else. And then we also want to encourage you, please make sure you visit the website, changeministry.org. We would love to come to where you are, whether it's your church, your school, your group. All you got to do is let us know when and where, and the Lord will provide the way. To do that, you can go to the website at this link that you see right here, changeministry.org/contact, or just shoot us an email. And that is at contact@changeministry.org. The resurrection as a person is not a new idea. We see it recalled in other portions of the gospel, but it's there in Mark 16, verse 6, where it is affirmed, where the angel says unto them, this is to the Marys and the others that have come to anoint the body, don't be afraid. Isn't that good news? Don't be afraid, because you see Jesus of Nazareth, the one that you seek, which was crucified, he is risen. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him. This is the laboratory experiment to the theory of resurrection. This was the proof. This is the actual experiment that verifies that what Jesus had said previously is legit. It's a fact. So now that we see and we've looked at the lab experiment, let's go to when he was sharing the theory. He actually shared this in John 11. In John chapter 11, he puts out this hypothesis. Now it's a fact, but to Martha, it's a hypothesis. Because verse 24 says, Martha says unto Jesus, I know, I've heard the theory. I believe in the thought that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. She's talking about Lazarus, her brother who has died. And she says, I believe it. I've heard the truth. I read the tract. In fact, I recorded the sermon. Yeah, he's going to be back on the resurrection day. But Jesus says unto her, I am the resurrection. That day, that reality, it's because of me. I am the resurrection and the life. And he that believeth in me, even though he were dead, yet shall he live. The resurrection is an event, but the only reason why it will happen is because of the person of the resurrection. That's Jesus Christ. Think of it this way. Let's say you have a birthday. My birthday is December 17th. That is the day that I was born, right? So on a calendar, I could say this is Chris's birthday. But what actually makes December 17th my birthday? That was the day that I was born. On that day, what happened is what made that history. The happening is what makes it history. The reason why we have the hope of the resurrection is because of the resurrection, the one who is the life, Jesus Christ. So now that I hope we've got that settled, that there is the resurrection historically because of the happening or the resurrection, Jesus, literally, if we have Jesus, we can be resurrected right now. Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it because Romans 6 says this, verse 3, know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ, were baptized into his death? Remember, we read that a couple of studies ago. He that believeth, that's the real church. The church is those that believe and are baptized. They will do the commission of going into all the world. But let's go back now. He that is baptized into Jesus Christ was baptized into his death. Therefore, as a result of this, we're buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we should walk in newness of life. Verse 5 is just saying, verse 4, another way, just in case we missed it, if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall also be in the likeness of his resurrection. This is not a prophecy pointing to the day of the resurrection. This is the power of the gospel saying that when we believe on that day, in that moment, we have a new life in us. We have the life of Christ in us. We have the power of God in us to live like the one we love, to live in the one we love, through the one we love, Jesus the Christ. That's why we can have this experience personally. And if we can have this experience personally, we have no reason to worry in the reality of that day. The reality of the day when those of us who have accepted Christ personally will be raised from the grave perfectly. If we find ourselves going to sleep, if we know someone who's gone to sleep, if they've gone to sleep in Jesus, meaning, and what does that mean? We say that when people go to sleep in Jesus, that means that person has accepted Jesus personally. They are resting. They're asleep. They're not dead. They're sleeping. That's why we can rejoice in the resurrection. It's a win-win situation to where if I'm alive right now, I live by the power of God. He carries me through every situation. He changes me greater and greater day by day into the image of the one who is carrying me. And then, should I have to rest in my grave, should someone have to say bye to us for now in Christ, we have every assurance that just like they were raised up personally, they will raise up in Christ and they will be raised up forever. That's hope. That's truth. That's the gospel. That's a reason to rejoice and to believe.